you disappear off the face of the map from your girlfriends?
No.
You don't have to disappear off the face of the map, but she is not infiltrating my situation at all, okay? Not even
So you gotta find a balance, or you're kind of
I left small town USA with a lot of issues with men and women, because my best friend from elementary school, grew up all the way through high school, had a baby with my boyfriend, who I was with for 4 years.
No, that's not
she
a
was
friend.
with all 3 of those years.
She ain't a friend in me, she an enemy.
Yeah, so that's all the way friend of me. I talk about that particular aspect in my book, because I was in my relationship with my fiance for 10 years before he passed away. And one of the things that made our relationship work so well was that we had this separate but together thing. Like, just because you are together and married does not mean you, people take that we are now as one a little bit too technically.
Right.
Like, you still have to have your separate things going on, your friends, have your space, even have a separate room. Your panties, you don't have to have your stuff in the same drawer as his stuff.
Serving me in my life.
I think if you've tried several times to work something out, if there's some type of conflict, and you keep butting heads and you just see that it's not going anywhere and you're spinning in circles, and it's time to move on, like you said, we've grown apart for whatever reason, then just that's when you know. Then you just move on. We didn't have a voice in the news and all of that. Our rappers were our news reporters. NWA, Public Enemy, Karis One, a Teacher. Like, this is where we learn things. I remember I have more stuff in my head from their raps and the lyrics and all of that than I do from school in those textbooks. And John Singleton and Boys in the Hood, it brought that Black experience to the big screen in a way that I had never really connected to so deeply. The one thing I did learn is that the hood can have houses, because I grew up in a project.
LA has
And I was like, LA is very different.
Be fly, right?
What?
They have yards. They got grass. They got like multiple rooms. Lands. Kitchens. We having islands and stuff. It's like, y'all got a whole house.
But I remember exactly where I was sitting with my cousins and my sister and everybody when Ice Cube's character said, either they don't know, don't show, or don't care about what's going on in the hood. We all looked at each other like, that's it. But I do know that Prince they say he didn't want any of that happening.
He was very against
So you have to respect people's wishes. When they pass on, respect their wishes, period. And the disrespect towards Janet Jackson not being invited back as well sends out some shade and all of the things that was said in the tweet. And Cardi B forever.
Yeah. But
Forever.
Janet is not banned. She just said she wasn't performing. So maybe she can come back.
I'm
Tony,
As a Black person, I don't give every Black person don't get a pass. Like, I wish I would hear Stacey Dash say the N-word. I'm gonna take it the same way as a white person saying it. Every Black person.
What do you think about Louis saying it?
It's culturally. In that clip, when the Chris Rock Louis thing. Now, whoever posted that clip, I want to see what happened before that, because I saw a lot of people saying, oh, I used to be such a huge fan of you, Chris Rock, but I'm not anymore. And in my mind, I was like, well, if you were a huge fan of Chris Rock, then you know his very classic, legendary bit about Black people versus niggas.
Yeah, that's what Louis was referring.
It sounded to me
that's what he was referring.
like, and prior to that moment, he said something of that context.
But their best
part of being a great comic is real life experiences and getting on stage and being able to be like, all right now.
Absolutely. And, you know, truth and comedy. And I go from the truth. And at the end of the day, you control the energy of the room. It's up to me as a comic to wipe the slate clean. Whatever you think. You know, if you think I'm going to get up there and because of the way I look and I'm a woman, I'm a Black woman, then I'm going to be loud and vulgar and just talk about sex, you'll be very disappointed.
Right.
You know, I have substance in my material. Like, people really connect with me when I'm on stage. And I'm proud about that. And I know it's a lot to fight through, but I love the process of comedy. It's nothing about stand-up that I don't love. It's the one thing I do that I've done in all these years that I don't even get nervous. I was nervous coming here.
That's crazy.
Really?
But I don't get nervous on stage ever.
I was very happy to see you at Donnell's show, because a lot of times when I go see comedy, I don't see a lot of women, you know, perform. I'll go and see like 8 people come out and it won't be one woman.
Yeah,
and when
all the
people
time.
talk about the best comics, I don't hear women's names mentioned.
All the time. And I'm working, and I don't know how long this is going to take. It could take my whole life. I'm working towards being in the names of the greatest comedians. I want to someday be in that list of when they say great comics,
You wanna be in
they
that list.
mention my name.